Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. It's the last days of the transfer window, but I didn't expect City to play a night fixture, that too against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park this early in the season. It's going to be a tough fixture. Pierre Sage is a good manager. I'm impressed with the lineup that Enzo Maresca's got today. Looks like a lot of people have tuned in. My Hotstar stream is it just refuses to load. So let me just get it. Yeah, I don't know why it seems like the internet is a bit bad today. I don't know. It's still loading, but the lineups are interesting. The lineups are very interesting. Has gone with cushion over to right back. The Rico Lewis experiment has not worked, but I don't know why we're not going out and buying a good right back. To be honest, backup right back to Matthews Nunez. To be honest, why is this Hotstar bloody not loading at all? I don't know. Wait, let me check again. It's just not loading this Hotstar thing. Just see why the hell are you not loading? Yes, it's come now. It's come now. On we go. Yes, on we go. Palace have the ball. On we go. A lot of transfer news and all of those things to discuss as well. But Palace are already in. They're inside City. That's a corner. Palace are already in. Eddie Nketiah is already behind. Eddie Nketiah is already behind. City's defense, but I would say well defended by. Sorry, I'm not seeing the volume was on, but I would say well defended by Ruben Diaz. Donnarumma's just left his near post a little bit wide open for my liking, but Yéremy Pino with the corner and City a bit on the ropes. I would say here, City are a bit on the ropes here. City a bit on the ropes here, but that's a deflection. That's a deflection. And the deflection could have gone anywhere. Literally, the deflection could have bloody gone anywhere. Lucky Donnarumma was just stranded over there. Donnarumma was just left stranded over there. The deflection could have just bloody gone anywhere, to be honest. City are a bit on the ropes here. Palace on the on the front foot. Second successive corner there. Kandinya says, hello Kandinya, how are you doing? Surprised to see Kushner was right back even after the impact Nunez had after he came on the last match. Is injured, is not even on the bench, Kandinya. I think if Kushner is even more than 50% fit, he starts after the impact. But I was surprised, but he's not even on the bench, so it's an injury. They say it's a minor injury. That's what I'm surprised. They're not going and buying a backup right back. At this point, I'm even ready to take in Malo Gusto. At least a body is good enough. If you're not going to buy anybody, at least buy Malo Gusto. I don't know why they're not going for the right back. Well, I have a theory for it, which we'll discuss at half time. But Elliot Anderson did beautifully there. There's this city journalist called as Sam Lee. I'm sure all of you guys know. He's one of the more famous ones after David Ornstein. He did an ask me anything session on Reddit, on the city group on Reddit, where anyone could ask him any of the questions. Some of the answers he gave was very interesting. Elliot Anderson loses the ball and Palace are on the counter attack. Palace are on the counter attack. Guardiola does well. Margehi in there. Gehi does well. O'Reilly, as always, does beautifully there. It's a Palace throw in, but O'Reilly does well. So it is interesting what Sam Lee said. He said that Enzo sees Elliot Anderson as a 6 and Enzo Fernandez as an 8, and then Cherki as a 10. That's what he says. That's what Enzo Maresca sees the setup in. That was interesting because I personally thought Anderson could be an 8 and Boadi would be R6. So that was interesting. And also, what Sam Lee was telling about Ryan Aitnouri was interesting. It seems that he told the club in the sense the managers, they do not rate both Pep and Enzo Maresca. It seems that they did not rate Nico Riley and Omar Marmoush, and they also do not rate Ryan Aitnouri. So he was telling people that you should not be surprised if Ryan Aitnouri follows the path of Marmoush next season. Palace is playing damn well. They're playing very well, to be honest. But City have coped and adjusted well. The positioning of Ruben Diaz has been elite. Good pass by Donnarumma. Good pass by Donnarumma to connect with his midfield. Interesting. Nico Riley is moving into the midfield, so it's a three at the back. It's almost a three at the back out of possession. So it's very, very interesting what's going on here. Little bit of fascinating if you look at the tactics. We have not been able to get Ryan Cherki on the ball, but here's Antoine Semenyo on the ball. That's a corner for City now. It's not a game of football that's going on, guys. It's a game of corners that's going on. And the scoreline might very well not be 0-0, but 2 to Palace and 1 to City in terms of the corners we have got. But it's interesting just looking at how things are going on off the ball. Sorry, on the ball. When City is on the ball, O'Reilly is joining Mark Gahey. And it's Cusano, Guardiola, and Diaz as a back three. O'Reilly is inverting. I mean, we know Pep, we know Maresca likes to invert his midfield, but it's interesting just looking at the setup over there. What a shot! What a shot! It's not gone in. It's not gone in, but what a shot that was from Elliot Anderson there. I'm surprised it didn't go in. I'm surprised it didn't go in, guys, but what a shot that was from Elliot Anderson over there. Wow. I just thought someone was going to poke it in. Wow. That move was pretty impressive. With Donnarumma finding Elliot Anderson in there. That's been one of the criticisms of Donnarumma. Of course, he's not good with the ball, but there have been certain videos of the training sessions, and journalists have been telling that Enzo Maresca is making Donnarumma practice those passes, clipping it like Edison did into the midfield, finding Elliot Anderson between the opposition, strikers or their attacking midfielder. That's Anton Semenyo does very well. Anton Semenyo does very well. This is beautiful from Anton Semenyo. I just don't know how the ball's not going in for City. That's another chance. That's another chance which Foden should be knocking it in. What do you think, Kandanya? I think Foden should be bloody knocking that in. Just look at it. I know the keeper got there first, but Palace had started well in the first 4-5 minutes. This is a good game. It's going end to end. It's going end to end. Good defending by Guardiola. That's one of his strengths. Defending an incoming pass is one of his strengths. I was just seeing that stat today that Palace had 2.34 XG or something like that and failed to score in the last match. It seems it's the worst conversion rate since 2018 or 2016 something. I didn't realize that. Should take in a few Palace players then in my fantasy. What a shot that was from Elliot Anderson there. Haaland should have put it in. Erling Haaland should have put it in there. That is as straightforward a chance as you get Erling. Just look at Erling Haaland's chance. Just look at Erling Haaland's chance. Haaland should have scored that. Haaland should have scored that. Of course, he's not gonna get a handball. The defender, it's close proximity, but Haaland should have just buried that. Haaland's last match has missed 3 open goals, and now this. Palace are all over City. It's just an end-to-end game. That's all. It's just an end-to-end game. That's great defending, but it's offside. It just seems somehow that the midfield is non-existent. The defense is very good. The attack is getting chances, but they are just able to bypass the midfield so easily. I'm just sitting here and thinking, what could be the solution to that, guys? If you have any solution to that, you can pretty well tell it to me. But what is the solution to that? I don't know. Absolutely don't know what's the solution to that. But they are just pressing Donnarumma and it's done well. Maybe someone who's a little bit more press resistant in the midfield, which is Ayub Buwadi. Looking at this, that is what amazes me when Sam Lee says that Elliot Anderson is a six. Elliot Anderson is not a six. Elliot Anderson is an eight. Sai is here. Hey Sai, how are you doing? He says sad to see Mamus move into Spurs. Now, who will be the backup for Haaland during the FA Cup or Championship League? There's an interesting news going on in the circles that City might get involved for Julian Alvarez because the Atletico Madrid CEO has come out and said never will sell to Madrid, Barcelona. I don't understand the same. I don't understand the thing. Griezmann moved from Atletico Madrid to Barcelona, and then Ada Turan did the same. I don't know what's with Alvarez, but anyway, Arsenal's in contact and news has just come out like half an hour ago that City are in for Julian Alvarez. Let's verify. It's not from any credible sources. But yeah, I think there are two options. There are two options that Semenyo can play as a striker, and City are buying Iliman Ndiaye, so Ndiaye can play there. Or maybe Foden can play as a striker, falls 9. So there are a couple of options in there. Elliot Anderson. You just see the state of play, and you can clearly see that City are missing a six who is press resistant, a six who can take the ball and just spread it out, calm the defense down, calm everything down, keep the ball, distribute the ball, rotate the ball. With Elliot Anderson, the problem is he's too aggressive. He gets the ball, he makes the forward pass. He gets the ball, he makes the forward pass. Look at that again. He's almost found Foden, but I'm not sure if it's Elliot Anderson or Kusino. But Anderson does very well. They're covering the ground. Anderson does very well. It's a City throw in. So I think you cannot have your six to be so aggressive, because even the great Kevin De Bruyne used to mistime those. Anyone mistimes those through balls. You can't have 10 out of 10 through ball success rate. It's not even possible on FIFA. Come on, so I think you need a Buwadi in there. I'm still not convinced Anderson is the six. Good run, good tracking from Kushanov there. Wonderful tracking from Kushanov. His start is running beautifully there. Counting SS, given how bad Haaland's form is, I don't think they'll miss him even if he's injured. How many chances counting? Yeah, against Bournemouth he's missed 3. Again here he's missed. That's an open chance. That's an open chance. Come on, Haaland, even on crutches with an ACL injury, scores that. That is such an easy chance. Raheem Sterling scores that. If Raheem Sterling can score a goal, and you miss it, I'm sorry, you're not fit to be a striker. You're not even fit to play in football's attacking line. Haaland should have had 4 goals by now. Exactly, he should have scored today. Haaland should have had 4 goals by now. It's been a good game. It's been a good game. With Enzo Maresca, like in the first game at the end, we have said it's all chaos. It's all chaos with little control. With Pep Guardiola, it was all controlled chaos. With Enzo Maresca, it's chaos without control. Phil Foden. Elliot Anderson, Kushano, don't know what he was trying to do there. He was blasting the ball onto someone's ass. Palace have hit it out. I don't even like poor Foden's Gehi. I think Ruben Dias does absolutely beautifully there. Ruben Dias does absolutely beautifully there. Beautiful from Ruben Dias. The defending's been good, but I actually don't quite like Phil Foden's starting position. Phil Foden is the best when he plays almost as a centre forward in that hole between the attacking midfielder and Haaland, and here is bit more on the right. I don't like his position. It's not as effective in there. He's not someone who makes those late runs. He's not someone blessed with exceptional movement. He's someone who's an exceptional goal scorer, like in the box. That sniff, like Pep Guardiola used to say, the sniff that Frank Lampard has, Gundogan has, that is Phil Foden. Dare I say to annoy people here, Enzo Fernandez has Nico O'Reilly, Nico O'Reilly to Phil Foden, Phil Elliot Anderson. It's more possession in Palace half, so what a goal! What a goal! Woo! Come on! Come on! Woo! Woo! Come on, Semi! Woo! He can't score the easy ones, but he'll bloody well score the difficult ones. That's one of the most difficult headers you'll see scored in the Premier League this season. What a header that was! What a header! What a header by Erling Haaland that was. Wow, that was close to impossible. Did he score with the back of his head? Is it that allowed? Is it that even allowed? Come on! Who gave the cross? I don't know, but that is something that should be borderline illegal to score. I'll just see the replay again. But what a header that was from Erling Haaland. What a header that was from Erling Haaland. Wow, that is a beautiful header there. That is Antoine Semenyo's cross, and what a beautiful header that is. Wow. Wow. He's just got it bit from the side of his head. It's not an easy header. Come on, it's not as straightforward as they show you in the replays. It wasn't. The centre back was on him. Haaland. It is not a world class header like I thought in real time, but a good header. But a good header. Certainly difficult than the chances finished. Come on, City 1-0. Wow. And Semenyo can cross more often. I thought Semenyo cannot even cross his legs. Well, he's crossed that well. And I know one of my other friend will be happy as well. He has Semenyo in his fantasy draft team. So kudos to him as well. He'll be happy. I'm happy that City have scored a goal. Everyone's happy. Kamninya says, maybe I should criticize Haaland more. Kamninya, you remember last time? Last time you at City versus Arsenal, City were 2-1 up, and right from the 70th minute to the 90th minute, right, all the boys were like very intense in the chat, and you were like criticizing City's players. Bang on, why did Savio do that, did that, and everyone played beautifully well that day. That was beautiful. So yes, criticize him more, get more goals scored from him. But yeah, I remember that match. Everyone on this community remembers that match. And the way you went in on each City player, that's 20 minutes. That was just so awesome. I mean, that is so memorable. That 2-1 victory on Arsenal, and the way we interacted in the comments, all of us that day, it was beautiful. And also remember, guys, I have Josko Guardiol. I mean, Nunez as well, as like you know, but he's not playing. So I have Josko Guardiol. So please pray for a clean sheet to me. Ryan Cherki. That's a foul. That was an obvious foul, but did not see Ryan Cherki impact play as much today. Did not see Ryan Cherki impact play as much today. He's getting in a bit deeper to get the ball. I just think looking at this team needs an Ayub Buwadi. This team needs an Ayub Buwadi. But I'm just thinking, how would a pivot of Elliot Anderson and Enzo Fernandez work? Because both are aggressive passers. You could argue the work rate with Enzo Fernandez is good enough than people give him credit for, but both are aggressive. When you're in that pivot, you need to. Anton Semenyo again in the box. I thought it was a tap in for Erling Haaland. I thought it was maybe a tap in for Erling Haaland, but Phil Foden will keep it in. Phil Foden will keep it in. Wow. What I mean, whatever you say about Enzo Maresca's era, I think I'll label it as less control and more chaos. It's chaotic control. With Pep Guardiola, it was control chaos. This is chaotic control. It is beautiful. I've enjoyed this. And then Semenyo. It's a little bit more control now. What we are doing, but I still fear that Palace could break on us at any moment. Where is that insurance at the back? And on Semenyo. Semenyo is doing exceptionally well on that left wing. That is an excellent pass. Elliot Anderson. Phil Foden should score! Wow! Continue, please criticize Phil Foden. He's missed a bloody sitter. He's missed a bloody open goal. What the fuck? What the hell? Continue, please criticize Foden, man. That is an open goal. Continue, can you please tell me, do you see more open goals than this? Please, mate. Mate, do you guys see open goals than this? What the hell is that, man? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? I'll just take your comment in a bit. Sorry, but what the hell is that? That was a bloody open goal and is missed it. Sai Kiran says, even I also have some in fantasy draft. Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. Then from the next time, I'll cheer for you as well. But when Semenyo scores a assist, but Phil Foden, that's a sitter from Phil Foden. That's a bloody sitter. Nick O'Reilly does very well. That's a waste of a shot, but Foden should have scored that. Foden should have bloody scored. Guys, tell something in the comments, guys. Phil Foden should have scored that, guys. Phil Foden should have scored that. That was such a sitter, guys. Tell something. Phil Foden should have scored that, guys. How much longer should we sit here and defend Phil Foden? Our Phil Foden has come through the blood and heart of this club. He is a blue through and through. He's a Mancunian, grew up near the club. But I agree with all of that. But how long do you sit here and defend Phil Foden? And you know, I give players a bloody long rope. Ask people how long a rope I've given Savio. I've been giving Phil Foden the rope, but how long do you give it? That is this. That should have been easy finish. What the hell did Phil Foden do there? You know, those are the kind of chances. See, it's not that the chances missed. It's the way it's missed. It can demoralize a team. It can get a team down. We have been playing such fine attacking football, and then he bloody goes on and does that. The trust the managers keeping in the boy, Phil Foden. Karding says, I've seen Sterling miss easier sitters than this. But it's Foden we are talking about, and Foden doesn't miss that. Technically, is much better than Raheem Sterling. See, Raheem Sterling had a problem with his shooting. We all understood that. Phil doesn't have it. Excellent from Elliot Anderson, the way he's nicking the ball, but cannot get over that. Cannot get over that. Cannot get over that miss. That's a foul on Semenyo. Cannot get over that miss. It's again about. It's again about the effect you'll have, because football is phases. Just like life, football is phases. You'll have a good one and bad one. In a good phase, you got to make merry. You got to harvest everything before winter happens. City are playing exceptionally well, and you got to take advantage of that and score your second goal, because one goal is not enough in football in general. That too, Selhurst Park. You know how difficult of a place this is to come. Ryan Cherki, beautiful ball in right on top of the goalkeeper, and it will be a play. It will be a corner for City. I hope Phil Foden doesn't take it. Is it a corner or a throw in? It's a bloody corner, and Foden, he's even taking it's not set pieces that Foden takes, it's shit pieces. I'm sorry for the language, but that's how it is. This is better actually than the corners is taken in a while. But Elliot Anderson has to go to Foden out wide. Phil Foden has to find Elliot Anderson in space. This, why do you want to keep the ball? Mate, Elliot Anderson had made a great run into space. Just don't know what Foden wants to do there. Back, playing negative. Elliot Anderson had made a run into space. Everyone was there in the box. Just why don't you just slip it to Elliot Anderson? No, I want to take the ball, keep the ball pass. There wasn't even any danger there of losing possession. Elliot Anderson had made a clear run into the box. Nico Riley. Elliot Anderson, Phil Foden. I just think the moment they go onto the right, Foden's just giving the ball back. He's not doing the defense any favors. Look at Semenyo, how aggressive he is, and then you look at Foden. Just not liking what Foden did there. The defense has been outstanding for City. The defense has been exceptional for City. This is excellent there. Nico Riley is running. Nico Riley is running. Ah. Another chance that should have been scored. Another chance that should have been scored. There, I'll have to see the replay, but the attacking phase was beautiful again. Another chance that should have been scored. Wow. At this rate, just give Enzo Maresca and die, and just start him on one of the wings. I mean, I don't want to say these words, guys, because Phil Foden, you just love that guy. He's been the club through and through. You just love that guy. And we have supported him last 2-3 seasons as well. When he's been through the lows, he has to deliver. Ryan Cherki with an excellent run and an excellent cross. Phil Foden should have scored. Nketiah says, okay, now Foden should be subbed out. City won't miss him. Either Nketiah, you would not have seen Foden miss. This was a sitter. I'm seeing in the replay. I'm thinking this is an absolute sitter. City should have been 3-0 up, right? At least 4-0 up, in fact. Haaland missed a sitter. Foden's missed two. And go and see Palace score now. Sterling never missed this. Continue. Sterling never missed this. Sterling never missed this. See Palace go and equalize now. You can just sense it from the way Foden's missing. I mean, that was another easy chance. Appreciate his movement to get there, but that was another easy chance for Phil. City should have been 4-0 up. Can you just check the XG for me? On what the XG is? Against Bournemouth, when Bournemouth were leading 1-0, our XG was 2.63. And their XG was 0.63. It's a throw into City. Come on, but City should have scored. Come on, City should have scored. This is on the attackers. Coutinho, by the way, is not a boy anymore. He's 26 years now. Experienced PL player who should be in his prime and is one City a title on his own, right? That 2018, not 18, 19, 22-23 season, if I'm not wrong. Haaland was injured, KDB was injured. He took us to the title, Premier League Player of the Season that season. So he's won City a Premier League title as well. And you know how lethal he can be. 18 goals on without a penalty that season. 18 or 19 goals without a penalty that season. Phil Foden. So whatever happens on this game is not on bloody Maresca. A coach cannot do anything else. A coach cannot do anything more than this. A coach cannot do anything more than this. He set it up beautifully attacking wise. Yes, the midfield seemed a bit non existent, but then we have defended it well. The recoveries have been superb. Maresca's played a perfect 30 minutes here. It's just the attackers. At least put Josko Guardiola on the right wing at this rate. Guardiola would have scored a hat trick. You don't get these many chances in football. You should put things in when the momentum, because there'll be a phase when Palace will have that momentum. Elect Anderson, his positioning has been exceptional. He's always able to find space both to receive and to pass, which is beautiful. Look at that. Elect Anderson is everywhere. He's the best in picking up second balls in the Prem. Eddie Nketiah is such an idiot. That's why he could not be the striker at Ireland when at Arsenal when everyone was injured. Look at Eddie and Nketiah make those tackles. Chelsea fans were saying Enzo Maresca was a bit boring. I don't think this is boring. It's always attacking front foot football from City. Yes, Palace have been counter-attacking, but it is front foot football from City. It's a yellow card for Ryan Cherki. It's a bloody yellow card for Ryan Cherki. When Eddie Nketiah does that, you don't give him a yellow. And now when Cherki does this on Wharton, you want to give him a yellow. It's not any dangerous than what Eddie Nketiah did. But we have to score. We have to score, guys. The game should have been over by now. 3-0. Just relaxed here, having a chit chat with you guys. That's how it should be. But it's just 1-0 and we're still tensed. That should have been 1-1. That should have been 1-1. Start Larsen should have scored that. This is what can happen, guys. This is what can bloody happen. Look at that. Start Larsen should have scored that. He's offside. Right, he's offside. So I'll not blame the defense on this is offside. But I'm just telling those things can happen. He's offside anyway. That why is that not a foul on Nico O'Reilly? I'll not understand. Phil Foden does well, tracking back and defending. Good defending there in the air. Our defenders are monsters. Very good defending. Look at this. This is the phase. That's what I'm telling. Palace have the ball. This is when we'll miss not scoring all of those. This thing, and it's their home as well. That's another chance. Look at it now. Palace creating chance after chance after chance. They should have been, in fact, 2-1 up now. Okay, the Stad Larsen was an offside, so they should have at least have been level. Let's see this. He's not offside here. Adam Wharton, you give Adam Wharton so much of space and time. Palace are looking like they'll score. That's good defending there. Wonderful defending there by Elliot Anderson, Mark Gahey, Ryan Cherki. Kushtanov's played very well. He's adapted to that position beautifully. Ryan Cherki is dropping a bit deep. I want him to be in more of those attacking areas. I can understand why he's doing that. Where is Josko Guardiola? Guardiola is a bit advanced and Gay he has dropped. The position of Guardiola is interesting again, a bit tucked into the left. It's not part of a back three, it's a bit more advanced into the midfield, so it's interesting. Probably it is to find that passing lane, I think, I don't know. But Elliot Anderson, City have been working the possession very, very well. There has been no stale possession or something like that. It's been very, very well. That is excellent there, and that's a foul. That's a foul in favor of Erling Haaland. I think that's a red. I can't decide if that is excessive force over there, but seems like a red. I don't know. It's given with the force, so I don't know. I can't decide seeing the replay if this excessive force on that or not. Probably not. He's kind of withdrawing from the challenge already. Yéremy Pino, so Phil Foden can't even give a cross now. What the? Okay, start from Phil Foden. He's having a stinker here, Phil Foden, one of his worst games. What a ball! I don't know who's given that, but what a ball that was, and that's a corner for City. What a ball that was! What a ball that was! Is it Cusino from right to left? Josko Guardiola is a throw in fact. We have to score one more, guys, before the break. Wonderful dribbling that is by Antoine Semenyo. That's a foul in the favor of Parman. I can just sense the momentum changing. I can just absolutely sense the momentum changing a bit. It's the home of Palace. Foden's having a bloody stinker. That's if I have to sum up the first half. Foden's having a bloody stinker. And a lot of City fans who are against bringing in Enzo Fernandez. I can understand how else are you going to improve that midfield? How else are you going to improve that midfield? It's a cross, and I thought Palace would score. It just seems that way in a home game. The momentum shift, you can just sense it. Look at that. Every free kick, every chance Palace are getting to cross the ball. Look at it. If Richards would have connected well, that's a goal for Palace. Seems Palace will score. It's not that City are doing any wrong. It's because of what the shit Foden's done. Phil Foden again. Nico Riley, that is wonderful, wonderful way he's kept the ball there. We have just not been able to get Ryan Cherki on the ball. It's been watched closely, understand that, but We'll see a debut for Boadi today, somewhere in the second half. I just somehow feel I think Mateo Kovacic is the man for today's game because Palace are man marking very tightly. So oh, Diaz. I think we need to switch. I mean, the pace of play has been good, so I can't complain and say we have to switch faster. And all the pace of play has been good, but and on Semenyo, the rest defense is good. Whenever we lose the ball, there are enough players behind to cover, so that's not a problem. The rest defense has been good. There's always a runner who's tracking the space striker. So defensively. Look at Gehi there. Defensively, it's been fantastic to be honest. Ah, I think Adam Wharton's done. Honestly, the half has been all about Phil Foden, Maresca's tactics, perfect defense, perfect. Palace had chances, but in general, the defense has been good. Has been more than good. It's just Phil Foden. If he finished off his chances, we are leading 3-0, something like that. The board have to go and get Ndai and Enzo Fernandez at this rate. We need clinical finishers, to be honest. What is Thomas Tuchel already watching for? Is there any World Cup? World Cup's just over. Is there any Euros or something? I don't know, but the saga is Phil Foden. Been a very good game by Enzo Maresca's men, but Phil Foden's just turned it into shit. I think there are only two people which whom Enzo Maresca trusts more than himself. One is Enzo Fernandez and is looking to bring him in, and second is Phil Foden. It's his fourth game in a row. I mean, third game in a row, you could say, including Community Shield. But he's thrown stinker after stinker after stinker. Almost a perfect pass there by Josko Guardiol, but interestingly, a lot of people can break the lines with their passing in this team, and that's the strength of this team. Gehi, wonderful ball there to find Phil Foden. What a touch! What a touch by Phil. This is wonderful by Phil. Good cross, I would say. Can City score one before the break? I think he should give at least 1 minute of additional time, but Can City score one before the break? Foden, Foden's taking two players with him and almost done well. That's a Palace throw. Ah, I'm not happy if we go in with 1-0 in the break. This game should have been done and dusted. Cherki is doing well there. We can't get hold of the ball. Adam Wharton. It's a classic case, you see. We can't get hold of the ball. It's a classic case of almost a goal coming. Just that Palace have some shit shooters. Yéremy Pino is so shit that he doesn't even consider himself shit. I know it's not Yéremy Pino's shot, but Yéremy Pino is that shit. +1. Palace have restricted Cherki well, but Foden's then got all the space and is done shit all. It's raining, Selhurst Park. Palace will come on to us in the second half. I think this is a match for Kovacic. That's the feeling I have. Guardiola's made that run. I think Semenyo should have. This is excellent from Semenyo there. Rayan Cherki gives it back to Semenyo. Good shot by Cherki. That is a good combination play. Very good combination play. Cherki and Semenyo. Can't expect more than that. You wouldn't expect Cherki to pass from there. He's shot and has done well. Not a good first half. Yes, we are leading 1-0, but not a good first half. I'll just check the XG stats. Not a bloody good first half. I'll just check the XG stats, but I'm not happy with this first half. Phil Foden, absolute shit show. What is the XG? City's XG is just 0.76 and Palace is 0.31 it seems. But City have had 6 shots on target to the 1 from Palace, 67% possession. I mean this is almost a perfect game for Enzo Maresca. The performance has been absolutely beautiful. I'll just look at the comments that they've written about. Foden has to score and he knows it. City work the ball superbly. That is, Foden has to score. Once again, Phil Foden has to score 2 of his chances at least. At least. Bayaji is here, Bayaji. You've changed the symbol as well. City's old crest. That is City's old crest, right? The grand old crest for a City. To miss definite goals is becoming a pattern this season. Bench is calling Foden more than ever. Bayaji, but we cannot blame Maresca for this, right? This is a beautiful game set up by Maresca. Yes, first game Rico Lewis, everyone blamed him. His subs were superb second half. Here you just cannot blame Maresca. Kushanov, beautiful, starting at right back, getting into that back three. The movement is very good. The rest defense is very good. And going forward, Bayaji, we were looking devastating. It's been one of the most one of the better, one of the most devastating attacking performances I've seen in a while. Because under Pep, it had become more of like a call control chaos, pass, then move forward, pass, then a move forward. But this has become superb from Maresca. He's not spending any time keeping possession in the opposition half. Most of our possession is in in the opposition half. It's not in our defensive third, it's in their defensive third. It's in our attacking third. The passing, the movement, the tactics, the way the way Gehi is going, the way O'Reilly is going, the way Kusano sometimes is bringing the balls in, the way Gehi is giving those balls to Foden. Left to right, fantastic. Elliot Anderson, the way he's bringing the balls forward, fantastic. Attacking wise, this is one of the best displays I've seen in a while. After that Real Madrid beating, I think this is one of the best attacking displays I've seen. This tells you how much stale football went under Pep for those 2 seasons. We were just keeping possession for the sake of it. Beautiful, enjoyed the game. While says yes, I like previous crest. Gives a predatory look. This is that famous. Just love this crest by Ajay. This crest is out superb. Even my favorite as well. Bayaji says these are not even half chances. Can't afford to miss such 99% probability chances. Bayaji, I was thinking Raheem Sterling's ghost has entered Phil Foden for a while. But what do you think of the attacking performance by Aji? Satisfied? Satisfied with how Enzo Maresca is setting us up? Because a lot of Chelsea fans were telling us that Maresca likes to keep a lot of possession in our defensive third and it can get a bit boring and stuff. I don't see anything like that. It's very interesting, lot of possession in our attacking third. What do you think of Enzo Maresca's tactics today is attacking. This is after that Real Madrid demolition of 4-1 in that treble season, which is almost 3 years now. This is the best attacking I have seen us play. Bournemouth second half and this. This is outstanding from City. This game should have been over by now. Selhurst Park is one of the more difficult places to go at night, and this has been fantastic from Enzo Maresca. Beautiful. And also, guys, what do you think of Enzo Fernandez to City? Do you like it? Do you not want it? Because 99% of the fan base doesn't want it. What does this community think? What do we think? Do we want him? Iliman and I know everyone wants him, but Enzo Fernandez, what do you think? Add Enzo Fernandez to this attack. Wow, could be something else. I'll just have a sip of water and I'll come back. Bhaiji says sometimes it feels like we're ultra attacking. Back three gives me. Bhaiji says Enzo Fernandez has only 43% ground duel winning, and even Cherki has more ball recoveries than him. As number 10, he could work, but elsewhere it might not work. Personally, want Wharton over him, but what do I know? But Bhaiji, what this is, I've gone back and looked at the stats, but when you look at, I mean, forget Enzo Fernandez stats at Chelsea. Forget the stats of Enzo Fernandez at Chelsea. I mean, we'll just go. Forget the stats of Enzo Fernandez at Chelsea. We'll just go. We'll just go to River Plate and then and also what he did for Argentina. I think he's played a couple of times at 6 and 8 there as well. So when he's playing there at 6 and 8, I think they say his these ground duels and his recoveries, all of those are actually above average for a player who plays particularly at 8. I'm not even talking 6, particularly at 8. So it's kind of above average. So I just think the recovering ability of Enzo Fernandez is just underrated a bit. That's what I would say. Maybe because at Chelsea, literally, you had Caicedo with him, who would venture forward. So Enzo Fernandez did not always get that defensive shield, which just meant he was exposed in the midfield. A pivot of Caicedo and this Enzo never could have worked because even Caicedo likes to go forward and stuff. Why says Endai is a good choice when you look at bench tonight. There's hardly any impact player left after mass exodus. Yeah, Endai and even Enzo Fernandez. I think you bring two of them, then probably Foden's on the bench. Doku comes back, Doku's on the bench, and suddenly the bench is Alan's on the bench. The Mekide is on the bench. I know the bench is not anywhere comparable to our treble years or something like that, but it's just again a team that is building, I would say. While he says Enzo Fernandez is a clutch player, but also a type of player who could get a red in a CL knockout game or on the final day of the league when we are neck and neck with Arsenal or Liverpool. Bayaji says anyway, Foden creating room for him at number 10 and Cherki could go to right wing. That's what I mean. That's an interesting thing, Bayaji. That's a very interesting thing because uh, there's the city journalist called Sam Lee. I know you'd know him, right? Sam Lee. He connected and asked me anything question on Reddit. So anyone can ask him a question. So a lot of people definitely at City asked him about Enzo Fernandez. So the view was Enzo Maresca sees Enzo Fernandez as an 8. He doesn't see Enzo Fernandez as a 10. He sees Enzo Fernandez as an 8. He sees Anderson as a 6 and Buardi as a 6. Which just means I think one of Anderson or Buardi. I might be wrong. Chamley could be wrong, but that is what he said. So that's something interesting, which means the plan is to play Fernandez as 8 and to play Cherki as Cam. Why says Maresca to Alan सड़क से उठाकर स्टार बना दूंगा तुझे स्टारडम दे दूंगा but just a bit on Alan. It seems that Alan can play anywhere, right back, right wing back, and also right wing, which just means that maybe Alan could also be a backup to Nunez because anyway Maresca wants his right backs to get into the midfield and Alan is comfortable on that, so that's an interesting thing. But the profile of wingers which Maresca is getting in is interesting. Alan, Iliman and Dyer, and then Semenyo already there. All three of them are definitely very hard-working wingers. And then you look at City at Chelsea as well. He's got in what Pedro Neto and all. Even they are hard-working. So it's interesting. By this is within 2 seasons, Enzo could be barking. Madrid is my favorite city. It seems that the contract offered to him is 5 years, but I know how Argentina players are. I mean, why Enzo Bayaji? Eric Garcia. You remember Eric Garcia? Pep Guardiola made a 19-year-old captain. I think he captained City in Carabao Cup and all of that. And he gave Eric Garcia the starting centre back spot as well. And Eric Garcia went first time Barcelona came calling. So I think all of these Spanish South American players they just go. These Spanish South American players they just go the moment Barcelona and Real Madrid come in. And also, Bayaji, it seems that we are also in for Julian Alvarez, so that could be something very interesting. But I just think instead of Phil Foden, even Ryan McKido could have scored. Bayaji says Eric the Snake, exactly. I mean, Bayaji, I feel bad for Leroy Sané. Look at what Bayern did to Leroy Sané. Just wasted such a winger. Leroy Sané could have genuinely been. I mean, if Leroy Sané stayed till now, I think Leroy Sané could have reached the heights of what Salah did at Liverpool. I genuinely do. And Leroy Sané had more talent than Mohamed Salah. He raw talent wise, he had more talent than Salah. The way he would make those runs, you remember, right? Centurion season. David Silva threading the balls, Leroy Sané making the runs from left to right. It was devastating. It was absolutely devastating. Uh, but why this is Haaland scoring header is a good sign. Even Haaland missed an open chance by Aji. We should be 4-0 up. By now we should be 4-0 up. This is one of the best attacking performances, like I've said, as scoring. But yeah, one thing by I think everyone agrees that Enzo Fernandez is a clutch player. He can score. His finishing is good, especially inside the box, and he can make those very good passes as well, which is again very. I mean, he's a clutch player. He's a Premier League proven player. You know, we wanted Tijani Reinders to be that. To be honest, that's what we bought Tijani Reinders for. Why says after many years we saw the wing swap. Exactly, we saw the wing swapping tonight after many years, and and also the cross from Semenyo. We have seen crossing as well after many years in Fat Pride, because last match as well against Bournemouth, if you remember, Nico Riley went into that left wing and he crossed. Haaland missed that header. It was an open header. Today Semenyo's crossing. So Enzo Maresca, it's not the stale possession style football he was playing at Chelsea. It was his attacking is direct. And also Bayaji, did you notice we are putting in a lot of crosses into the box? We are putting in a lot of crosses into the box. Foden's crossing a lot more. Semenyo's crossing a lot more. And the crossing of Enzo Fernandez is good, to be honest. And the crossing of Iliman and Dye is also good. By this as with Enzo, we suddenly look like a heavyweight team though. Such an experienced player. Yes, Baji, that's the thing. You bring Enzo in and suddenly the midfield looks much more experienced suddenly, because you suddenly have Enzo Fernandez, Elliot Anderson and Ryan Cherki. Wow. That I would rate it as probably it would be competing for the top two midfield spots in the Premier League, if I would say. It's probably better than Arsenal's midfield player for player. If you put Enzo Fernandez, Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice, I honestly don't know who's better. Cherki better than Odegaard, and Enzo Fernandez obviously better than Miles Lewis Kelly. So our midfield could be the best midfield if we get an Enzo Fernandez. That's how good our midfield could become just with Enzo Fernandez. Why this is Foden looking so weak this season? Can't handle physicality at all. Even weaker than when he came first to the team. He's just looking a bit out of shape, because generally Foden would have scored that. That's what I think. Yes, we blame Phil Foden, but that miss was of a guy who is actually lacking confidence clearly. And I think if Foden gets one goal, he'll get two and three. Clearly, I think if a penalty comes now, I won't say give it to Foden, but I just think Foden needs to score that one goal. Look at Elliot Anderson, he's bloody everywhere. He's limping a bit. I hope he's alright, but Elliot Anderson is bloody everywhere. The ground Elliot Anderson's covering is just fantastic. He's just playing as a single pivot there. Press, Phil, press. That's good pressing by Erling Haaland. Ryan Cherki, wonderful ball control. Has to give it to Semenyo. Semenyo has to shoot. Semenyo has to shoot. I thought he would cut inside a bit earlier, but Kenwood does well. I think he could have cut in earlier a bit more, but wonderful ball control by Cherki. I think Semenyo could have cut in a bit more earlier. I don't know why he's gone off his weak foot on the left foot. Elliot Anderson taking the corner. Elliot Anderson. Was a good corner to be honest. Ryan Cherki. Elliot Anderson, my god, he's everywhere. Just look at the distances he's covering. Kusanov, Ruben Diaz, Elliot Anderson, Kusanov again. Elliot Anderson is making up the back three. Now Gay come into that shape and it's back to well defended, I would say. Back to Donnarumma, well defended, I would say. We build up again. Elliot Anderson, wow, beautiful there from Elliot Anderson there against Adam Wharton and he's won that duel. Beautiful. There's a pass on. Ah! There was a break on for City if he would have completed that pass. Elliot Anderson. I think he just delayed it a bit and Kamada came in and brushed him into that pass. He just thought he had more time probably. Have to score. Look at Palace. They are showing those signs. Eddie and Nketiah. We have to score the second goal, guys. I bought my favorite red bottle as well. It might help us in our finishing. That's what I thought. The second ball, Elliot Anderson picking up is fantastic. That's a throw in for City. Uh, we have to, I mean, we have to score. That's what I would say. It started on an even footing in this half. Palace have looked devastating whenever they've gone forward. City have the ball, obviously. Little bit of misplaced passes, but Josko Guardiola getting into the box, making those runs through the middle. Antoine Semenyo. Good cross, good cross. Antoine Semenyo, good cross. Margehi. Good, good. The way we are looking after the ball, I'm just impressed. There's a pass out wide. Go to Anton Semenyo. And someone bloody make a move. Rasko Guardiola is waiting in between the lines. Margehi. That is where I think an Enzo could help because an Enzo Fernandez could be in that place of Margehi, but then defensively there are question marks. But that's a City throw. Donnarumma, he just overcommitted himself there. Donnarumma. Elliot Anderson. Margehi, that spot where Gehi had the ball, especially in attacking sense, Enzo could have that ball. But yeah, people asking about defensive questions. Even I to have that, but almost a good run by Anton Semenyo. He can't, and that's a corner for City. He did not want to keep it in as well. We have to score the second, guys. This is not a one goal game. This is not a one goal game. I'm sorry. Palace away could be a huge boost for Maresca. Palace away should have already been a huge boost for Maresca, to be honest. He let Anderson getting over the ball. He's been outstanding. Can see why we paid so much money for him. That is excellent there by Phil Foden. It's a 4v4, it's a 4v4, it's a 4v4. Woo! Woo! Ryan Cherki! Look at it, nimble feet, assured finish. That is Ryan Cherki, one of the best creator in Premier League right now. Just look at that finish. Ice in the veins. That is ice cold. Salute Ryan Cherki. That is ice cold finish. That is an ice cold finish. Come on! Woo! The red bottle. The red bottle's done the trick. The red bottle's done the trick, guys. The red bottle and Cherki. Wow. The red bottle's done the trick. Red bottle's done the trick. That's why I bought the red bottle in the second half. Because the Elliot Anderson wins it, but Phil Foden does exceptional defensive work over there. Phil Foden there, Phil Foden. Ryan Cherki, Ryan Cherki, Ryan Cherki. Look at how he's riding those challenges, and Ryan Cherki just nimble-footed and he puts it in. Wow, wow, wow. Ryan Cherki, golazo. Wow, wow. Beautiful, beautiful from Ryan Cherki, and just like that, Foden gets an assist. Come on. Come on, City. Woo! Just look at how he could have gone down there, he could have gone down there, he could have gone down there, but this is an honest footballer who just wants to score that goal. That's it. Just look at Ryan Cherki there. Absolutely beautiful, and it's a free kick for Palace. Elliot Anderson gets a yellow card. It's a free kick for Palace. I don't know why the ref is not giving Palace any yellow cards, just giving City. That's not a yellow card. That's a foul. I do accept, but that's a dive. Book him for a bloody dive. That's a bloody dive. That's a bloody dive there. That's a bloody dive. Just defend this well. I do not want to concede. Come on, we do not want to concede. Come on, we do not want to concede. Right after scoring a goal. My red bottle, I'll just hold it right. We do not want to concede. And Palace scored. Palace scores. There's no clean sheet. Palace scores. It's 2-1. Yéremy Pino scores from the free kick, direct free kick, and it's 2-1. No clean sheet for City. No clean sheet for City. Palace scores. What the hell? Just after scoring a goal, you go and concede like that. That's a very good free kick. You just cannot do anything. It's hit the bar. It's hit the bar and gone, and you just cannot do anything with that. It hits the bar, and I think it's a Donnarumma own goal. I think it's a Donnarumma own goal. Yes, it's a Donnarumma own goal. I think if Donnarumma's not in there, it doesn't go in. It's a Donnarumma own goal. It's a Donnarumma own goal, I think. We score a goal and then we concede like that. It's a Palace free kick. Sorry, it's a Palace throw in. Everything's going in favor of Palace. Good that Cherki scores that goal. Otherwise, Kandiniya says it goes down as an own goal to Donnarumma. Shitman. It's not savable. See, you just cannot do anything. And honestly, that free kick was a dive. That was not a free kick. Now, I don't want to go into those nitty-gritties, but it was a dive by a Palace player. And Donnarumma could not do anything. He hits the bar and then comes off him. That is unsavable, literally. So, we have to do what we can do, which is try to score goals. Everything is going in favor of Palace now. It's another dive by Palace player. It's another dive by Palace player. It's another dive. The referee is shit. It's another dive by Palace player. That's look at it. What and dives. So many dives. So that's a clear dive. Just look at it. Please tell me how is that a foul? Please tell me how is that a foul? The free kick was not a foul. This was not a foul. Now let us score another goal, guys. Come on. Yes, it goes in as a Donnarumma own. Now you don't have a clean sheet, and then Donnarumma also gets negative points. Wow. What a goal! Whoa! Anyone who was Ryan Cherki in their fantasy team is beautiful. Wow, it's another goal by Ryan Cherki. He's in the mood. He is in the mood. Ryan Cherki is in the mood. The boss has arrived. Wow, this is a player who's cost City 30 million pounds. I think he's cost no more than 30 million pounds. And just look at Ryan Cherki. Wow, two goals. They say Cole Palmer, but just look at him. Two assists and two goals already. Wow, wow, wow. Ryan Cherki, wow. Absolute wow. The referee is now thinking I should not have given a free kick against him. Wow, just look at it. A little bit of a saving grace for me because it's Oscar Guardiola with the assist. I know it has nothing to do with the assist, but Oscar Guardiola gets the assist. So little bit of points for me. Wow. Wow. Come on. Come on, Ryan. Score a hat trick. Now, don't let Palace score another goal. Guys, please. Don't let Palace score a goal now. Haaland press. Just look at what Donnarumma is doing. Donnarumma is insane. Wow, just look at what Donnarumma did there. Continue, just look at what Donnarumma did there. Don't know how Yéremy Pino scores that, but Josko Guardiola with an assist, it's fine now. I have the points from him. To be honest, even though there's no clean sheet. In fact, it's an advantage for me. All of my rivals don't get points for the City defenders, and then I do. But there's one guy who is having Ryan Cherki in my league, and that is absolutely he will. I don't know how many points he'll hit today. Antoine Semenyo. It just seems that Ryan Cherki is untouchable today. Look at how he's dribbling there. Wow. I mean, if the combination of Foden and Cherki gets in, wow, it could be devastating. That's a throw in for Semenyo. Sort of throw in for City with Semenyo. Taking the red bottles done the trick, guys. Red bottles done the trick. But honestly, Donnarumma cannot do anything about that goal. Hits the bar, comes of him. So it's hit the ref. Palace are making some substitutions. Is it Gassand who's coming in? Gassand, is it Villa, right? So I don't know who's coming in. Start Larsen's going off. Who's the striker? I just don't know. I've not had an eye on Palace activity this summer. They're taking risks at the back. The formation's interesting, though it's just 63rd minute. We'll just see how the game progresses, but at least till now the attack has been devastating, and it's I thought it went to Haaland, but no, it went out wide there. Elliot Anderson's winning all of those second balls, which is very good. We got Ryan Cherki there, go again. That's a foul on Ryan Cherki. Come on. The referee is telling he's got the ball. My foot, he's got the ball. Good recovery from City again. Josko Guardiola inverting. Anton Semenyo. That is excellent from Foden. Wonderful skill from Phil Foden, that one. Looks like he's slowly growing into confidence. The unsung hero today's question of wisdom. Brilliantly well, getting into that midfield, staying as a back three sometimes. He's adapted beautifully, even though it's not his natural role. He's adapted beautifully, Kushano. And on Semenyo, that's a corner for City. Need to score one more. Need to score one more, guys. Ah! Suddenly we are taking good set pieces. I'm liking it. The set pieces have been good this match. At least they're doing something, not shit like the last two, three, how many ever seasons. Palace on the attack. Wow. It's just chaos watching City under Enzo Maresca. You just don't know what will happen the next moment. I don't know who slipped in there. Ah, that was a bad slip. Was it by Gehi? Should have been 3-2 Palace, honestly. Who did the mistake there? Gehi. It was a mistake by Gehi, to be honest. He's generally very reliable, but I think once in a while you have that moment. I think if we can iron that off as well, I think he'll be world class. He'll be a world class defender. Just look at Josko Guardiola there. That is beautiful. You're not even allowed to do that if you're a central defender. Wow, wow, wow. What did Josko Guardiola just do there, guys? That is absolutely beautiful. Ah, it's a 3v3, it's a 3v3, 3v3. Come back, 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 come back. Elliot Anderson's there. Ah, Nico, 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 engage, 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 engage. Guardiola is very well. Guardiola has been a beast. That's a free kick to City. That's a free kick to City. Guardiola has been a beast. Just look at him defensively there. Look at his positioning defensively there, Josko Guardiola. Beautiful. Wow. Still a lot of game to be played, to be honest. Lot of the match still to be played. Eddie Nketiah goes off. He's been good in this match. He's been pressing well. He's been making those runs well. He's been very very good in this match. Eddie Nketiah. Here Pino scored that wonder free kick. No, I mean Donnarumma helped him as well, but nothing to take away. The free kick was good, to be honest. Elliot Anderson does bloody well. There's that battle of midfielders going on. Elliot Anderson versus keep the ball, Cherki, keep the ball, keep the ball. They don't want to bloody keep the ball. It's just ping pong, ping pong. Just liking this style of football. It's very, very good to watch on the eye. What Enzo Maresca is doing here. I don't know if he likes it or he wants more control. I have no clue at this point. But let's see after the match. Out wide. Donnarumma does very well. What a catch that is from Donnarumma. Look at how they're celebrating. Wow. Diaz and Donnarumma, the two senior heads in that defense. Honestly, the defense was flawless today. That goal, it was just a freak of a thing. That's all. Yes, Palace had chances, but it's football. Opponent will have chances. Even the perfect Barcelona team of from 08 09 to till Pep Guardiola left gave you chances. PSG still gives opponents chances. So in general, the defense has been very good. Ryan Cherki offering a pass out. Josko Guardiola, Donnarumma. I hope it just doesn't try to. I think the manager is encouraging him to try and play out from the back. Cannot keep the ball. That is excellent from Elliot Anderson. Wow. That is fantastic one touch football. Just didn't find the target there, but just look at that one touch football over there. That is beautiful from Enzo Maresca. Man, wow. I would have been more comfortable if it was 3-0 and not 3-1. When Palace are attacking now. Wow. Yasko, Yasko, Yasko. Donnarumma's been very good in this match. Yes, is considered a own goal, but quick throw-ins with the feet. His handling has been very clean. Satisfied with the performance, of Donnarumma, at least till now up to this point. Ryan Cherki, Elliot Anderson. Nico O'Reilly, Ruben Diaz, O'Reilly again, Josko Guardiola, Margehi, Ruben Diaz. Ah, I don't know when Enzo Maresca will make his subs, but it just seems that full time is a long way away. Just look at Donnarumma, what is he even doing? Ha! That's offside, I think. Palace are making more substitutions. Kovacic is coming in for City. I think Kovacic is coming in for us. I don't know who's that player on the Palace touchline, Palace bench. He's come on to be substituted, but he's not been able to. I don't know. Maybe they've not queued him up in time or something. I don't know. But Kovacic comes in and who goes out? I've not seen it. Who goes out? Right, let us play a game. City should not concede till the 85th minute. Right? 10 minutes. And let us imagine we are just 2-1 and not 3-1. That's the game. Come on. Nico Riley, Margehi, Hendon Semenyo, Ryan Cherki, Elliot Anderson. Who's gone out then? I don't know. That is wonderful there from Kovacic. Just look at it. Look at it how tenacious he is. That is the word. That is what I expect Boadi to be as well. Tenacious. Elliot Anderson, Ryan Cherki, Nico Riley, Margehi. Look at Kovacic there. He's on his own. I know he's lost the ball, but yeah, that's okay. Another player who was shouting is coming on now for Palace. I'm just counting down the seconds to be honest. I know it's just second game of the season. Oscar Mingueza, the new kid. I think they have bought him. I don't know from which team, but yeah. Oscar Mingueza. Munoz is not playing. I think his runs would have been much more of a danger too, especially with the spaces we leave out wide. That's a City throw. I think they have taken a lot of time there with throw. Good that these new rules have come in. Ayub Buwadi is getting ready to be subbed in, and Ryan McKaidu, it looks like Ryan McKaidu is ready to be subbed in, which is good. Look at Elliot Anderson, how aggressive he is with his passing. He's just spraying it like there's no tomorrow. Wow. That can sometimes be his downfall because opposition may intercept and break on you, especially when you're playing against big, you know, Champions League teams, for example, or even big teams. Kandinya says looks like Buard is coming on. Who went off for Kovacic, Kandinya? Because I just can't pick out. Who went off for Kovacic? Can you just tell who went off for Kovacic? Because I just can't seem to figure out somehow. Look at the strength of Antoine Semenyo there. That's gone out and that's a City throw. Who went out for Kovacic? Can you please help me with that? Well, Iboard is coming on and Ryan McKaidu are coming on. The game's not yet done. Selhurst Park, a hostile away ground. Okay, Guardiola. Right, yeah. Has to be my player, right? Has to be my player always who's off. What the fuck was that pass from Anton Semenyo? What are we even doing, guys? What was Donnarumma doing there? Guys, can you please give me some sense? What was Donnarumma doing there? Don't they have any fear? My God. Wow. That's a free kick to City. Well, Iboadi coming on and Ryan McKaidu coming on, which just means that it's Foden off and Cherki off. What a night for Ryan Cherki. Two goals. Beautiful goals. Dare I say, no, I don't want to compare him with Messi because there's a saying about coming to Manchester City. You do not become any other player. You realize the personality within you. That is what Manchester makes you. That is what it is. It is Ryan Cherki. It is sublime best. I Buari. First touch for I Buari. Giving it back to Gehi and then Buari again on the ball. Interesting good control from Buari there. He's doing it as if he's been here forever. Wow. And they're not. And they're giving him the ball just like they do it every day. Wow. Good control from Buari. Not easy to come on away at Palace. And they're chasing the game. That too in a hostile environment. And that's a Palace throw. I'm keen on both the players, but much more keen on Ryan McKaidu, to be honest. Run with the ball, mate. Run with the ball. Run with the ball. Ryan, run with the ball. Wow! Just look at the shot. Continue. Just look at the shot from Ryan McKaidu there. Running with the ball and just look at the shot. They should have just started him instead of Phil Foden. The guy is fearless. Just look at what Ryan McKaidu did there. Oh, and it's not a million miles away as well from the goal. It's not even a million miles away from goal. Beautiful from the young kid. That's a throw in for City. Wow, Ryan McKaidu. Wow. What just went in a little cut and wow, Ryan McKaidu. Wow, beautiful. I don't know if I want Tillman and Dyer now because of what McKaidu's doing. If it blocks the path to his development, but then I don't know. That's a throw in for Palace again. Please don't concede now for 85 minutes and then we'll review the challenge. Remember, we're playing with the 2-1 scoreline and not 3-1. The challenge not to concede. Wonderful that. Haaland scores. 2-1. Foden assists. Haaland scores. Game over. Wow, this is a demolition job from City. This is an absolutely demolition job from City. Wow. This is an absolute demolition job from Enzo Maresca and his man. What beautiful football. It should have been bloody 7-1 or 8-1 if Foden took all his chances there. Still it's 4-1. Come on. This is game set and match. I think in football never call a game before it's over. I know that, but excellent from Marquis. He just look at that, and then Phil Foden goes, and then slips that pass through. Beautiful. That should do his confidence a world of good there. That should bloody do his confidence a world of good there. Wow, just look at Phil Foden there, riding challenges and going. That is superb from Phil Foden there. Wow. And the finish is devastating from Erling Haaland. What a finish from Erling Haaland that is. Continues his 2 assists for Foden. Foden passed just when I thought he was going to be selfish. Well, the first goal assist was Semenyo. The third goal assist was Guardiol. The fourth goal assist was Foden. So, was the second goal assist also Foden? I don't know. I don't know who assisted the second goal for Rayan Cherki. Ayub Buwadi there under pressure. What do you guys think? First impressions of Ayub Buwadi? I mean, the one thing I'm mightily impressed in this match is how Ryan McIdo ran at the defense and he shot. Wow, that was just mind blowing. I mean, what Ryan McIdo did there. Fearlessness. I'm impressed by Ryan McIdo. Ayub Buwadi. JSK is here. Hey JSK, how are you doing? Long time, mate. Long time. How do you how are you enjoying the Maresca tactics, JSK? Do you like them? It's more attacking, right? JSK says, I think this is the worst transfer window of City history. I mean, a lot of people have those thoughts, JSK, but then they are looking to give Maresca a clean slate so that he can play the football he wants. Which means they're bringing in Enzo and also looking at the football in the first two matches. I'm like, okay, because we are superb. I think it's not stale possession. It's exciting to watch. It's beautiful. We are devastating going forward. We look solid at the back. I'm liking it. In the midfield, we are light, and then Enzo Fernandez, it seems, is coming in. Well, why JSK? Do you think it's the worst transfer window? What did you not like? Phil Foden again and Erling Haaland again. Ah, Kovacic, Kovacic, Ayub Buwadi. Kovacic is such a heartbeat of the midfield whenever he comes in. And I think his role is also very interesting. I think this season his role is coming at 60th. I mean, in the second half, 60-65 minutes, and then control the game. JSK says, I'm not mad about selling Rodri, but selling Nico and leaving with no CDM and also no right back. I think Ayub Buwadi is a CDM, JSK. Ayub Buwadi is a CDM. And then they feel Elliot Anderson is a 6 as well. And now they're going to buy, and now they're going to buy Enzo Fernandez. And they see Nico Riley as an 8 as well. So Nico Riley as an 8, Enzo Fernandez as an 8, and then we have two camps. So I think they feel that there are two players for each position, and maybe it seems Enzo Maresca does not rate Nico Gonzalez. I mean, again, Enzo, it's what Enzo Maresca this thing. So I think in a rebuild, I mean, having thought about this a bit, I think in a rebuild, it's important to give the manager a clean slate so that he can express his thoughts. I think we have seen, when you look at the transitions from a big manager, be it Sir Alex Ferguson to David Moyes, United have it's been 14 years. It's been 14, 15 years. It's been 14 years and United have still not, got the manager right. Why? Because whenever they changed the manager, the board did not give the manager the ultimate authority. I mean, the ultimate chance to get the players who can play their football. It was always the manager getting the second choice, third choice of what he wants. And Jose Mourinho came out publicly and said when he was sacked at United, he said publicly like he was given a lot of second, third choice players. I think City definitely looked at that when they were planning the succession to Pep Guardiola. And I think one thing the City bosses wanted was to give the manager whatever he wants and trust him. That's why when the manager said I don't rate Nico Gonzalez, I don't rate Omar Marmoush. It does not mean they're bad players. It means that they don't fit this system. It's like, for example, Messi could never have fitted that Mourinho's Real Madrid system. It doesn't mean Messi was a bad player. Of course, it's not. It's just that to understand in football, there are systems, there are players who perform certain roles in those systems. For example, Victor Moses, he won the Premier League with Antonio Conte, but he just did not, Marcos Alonso, but they just did not fit into any other managers, this thing. So I think we have to give Maresca the benefit of the doubt here. Board is trusting him and we have to back him. If he says he's comfortable with the midfield of Buardi, Enzo Fernandez, and this thing, do it and a backup right back. That is superb there. That is superb there. Where is Ryan McKay? Ryan McKay is arriving. Shoot! Buddy, shoot, Ryan. Shoot, Ryan. Shoot, Ryan. Shoot. Don't look to pass. That was a shooting range. McKay shoot. And also with the backup right back thing, I think since our right back anyway, we have Kusanov who's done very, very well now. And also, they say Alan can play right back because he's done it. And also, since the right back anyway comes into the midfield, people are saying, I Buardi has done that. So, yeah, there should have been a natural backup right back, but then it is what it is. You can't get everyone in your first rebuild right. So, yeah. But overall, extremely happy with how City are rolling here. That this is some wonderful, beautiful football. We are looking extremely spicy going forward. Extremely devastating. It's been a while that I've said this thing about City going forward. Phil Foden, he looks to have grown in confidence, to be honest. I Buardi. There is Ryan McKay. Ryan McKay is there holding the width. Just Just go at the Palace players, Ryan, Marquehi, and on Semenyo. Phil Foden. If Maresca can bring Phil Foden back to life, wow, Cherki Foden, that combo would be something else. Premier League ain't ready for that. But just imagine Enzo in this midfield as well. His passing range is just out of this world. JSK says, by the way, will you be playing GTA 6? I retired from gaming in 2022, but for this game, I'm coming off retirement. No JSK. If it's that good, then I'll see. But generally, I don't. I'll not be playing it. But yeah, do play and tell me the review. Then if it's really good, then I might try it. To be honest. Kandanya says Daniel Munoz is a decent option as a backup right back. Experienced, PL proven, and given his age, he'll be happy to play second fiddle. I don't think Daniel Munoz can play in a back four. Daniel Munoz is an excellent right wing back. I don't rate Daniel Munoz playing in a back four because in a back four there are other qualities that you have to have, like that sense of position and space, which I don't see in Daniel Munoz most of the time. Even for Palace, I mean, he's played for Palace only. You see him get stay up a bit more. That is the profile of his right wing back. But in general, sometimes reckless leaving space behind, and his defense and his center midfielders cover for him. So you need, I mean, and honestly, the profile which and Daniel Munoz is not someone who can cut into the midfield, right? Maresca is basically looking for a profile who's comfortable getting into the midfield, comfortable, playing under pressure. Nunez is a natural midfielder, so it comes naturally to him. Kusanov did the job well today. So, I mean, Kusanov didn't go much into the midfield. They put him into back three today, but he's adopted into it. So, you need a right back who's comfortable going into the midfield. Is that profile available in the Premier League? I don't know. Those profiles are typically rare because a right back who's comfortable going into the midfield. I can only see Michael Coyote at Brentford suiting that profile. Other than that, I don't know. And someone who's defensively good as well. That's why Matthews Nunez is so interesting. And that's it. It's 4-1. And that's it. It's 4-1. It's a perfect match, except for Foden's first half finishes, which were stupid. Foden grew into confidence in the second half, and as the half went on, Foden just ran the show. It was very good from Phil Foden. Ryan Cherki, the star of the show. Kusanov played very well. So underrated performance from Kusanov. It just felt an experienced right back is playing. Looks like Erling Haaland is back to his best, and with two goals, Ryan Cherki just took the game by the scruff of his neck. And to imagine that last season you got him for 30 million pounds and words for 140 million. Okay, got him Cherki for 36 million euros and words for 140 million euros. Wow. In today's market, a player of Cherki, we got him for 30 million euros. I would say send Leon another 30 million euros. He took the game by the scruff of his neck, Ryan Cherki. Wow. JSK says, by the way, stupid question, but who are the transfers apart from Elliot? I'm not tracking at all out of anger of the outgoing. Actually, there's nothing to track JSK because the next transfer after Elliot Anderson was just 3 days ago, which is Ayub Buwadi. CDM who's played for Morocco. For me, he was the best CDM after Rodri at the World Cup. Was very good. He played against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Looked top class. He's just 18 years of age, but they say he's at I think 241 up club appearances for Lille or something, which is the highest for a French club after Eden Hazard and Zinedine Zidane at that particular age, 18 years of age. So looked very good. I Buwadi just seemed that he was comfortable under pressure. Looked very good. Yes, because by the way, also no backup as striker as well for Haaland. Well, I think the backup striker thing, the club have realized that if they buy a second striker, you can't get a striker who's good and who's ready to sit on the bench for what 90% of the matches. So I think Semenyo is the backup, or maybe they can even play someone like a Phil Foden as the backup. So I think they are looking at those kind of things rather than buy someone like a Marmoush or an Alvarez go and then they go by lack of playing time and all. Why just a satisfactory win, but defense can be improved. Many folds. I actually thought by the defense was quite good. It's just the midfield. I think the midfield can be improved because at certain times it just seemed that it just seemed that Palace could cut through our midfield much easily. But the reason for that is Elliot Anderson is so aggressive with the ball. Wow. I mean, sometimes it just feels even KDB was not that aggressive because Elliot Anderson gets the ball and he's not even looking, he's just passing. Get the ball, pass. Wow. Elliot Anderson is just playing one touch football. Wow. I just think I don't know. Like, can you play Elliot Anderson as a six? I don't know. No, because again, Elliot Anderson as a six, Enzo Fernandez. Wow, just look at the amount of passers there. Elliot Anderson had the most through balls last season in the Premier League. And then you're pairing him up with Enzo Fernandez, who's a damn good passer in breaking the lines. And then you're pairing them up with Ryan Cherki, who's the best creator in the Premier League and those through balls. Wow. Attacking wise, what a devastating midfield that could be. Defensive wise, I'm not sure about that. I think a much balanced profile would probably be Boadi 6, Anderson 8, and probably Sharky 10. But then if Enzo comes, I don't know. Why says nice debut for Boa constructor. Good name by Ajay Boa constructor. Should have got pre-assist, but Semenyo forgot to pass in time. And I was impressed with Ryan Makaido as well. That one shot he had, right? There's no nonsense dribbling and all. Got the ball shifted one side, shoot. Got the ball shifted one side, shoot. So that was fantastic from Ryan Makaido as well. So impressed with both of them. I think let us get Iliman and Dyer done. I mean the fan base is split on Enzo Fernandez. For me, I honestly think if you do not get an Enzo Fernandez, the thing is the midfield of Buwadi, Elliot Anderson, and Sharky looks very good. Just imagine if someone is injured in that midfield, you're suddenly short of it. So I think we need to get Enzo Fernandez. Baiji says Messi would be proud of Sharky's first goal. He must start every game whenever he's fit. Even the second goal as well by Aji when we were first goal was superb, and then second goal as well when Palace were 2-1 up, they were the momentum shifted towards them. He took the game by the scruff of his neck and he just scored. Just imagine Foden getting into form and Ryan Cherki in this form. Wow, wow, wow. That will be outstanding. Wow, and looks like Haaland also is and looks like Erling Haaland has also found his goal scoring form. While says Wharton has a great range of passing if you don't get Enzo. The only thing with Adam Wharton Bayaji is I just think the difference between Wharton and Enzo is I rate by the way Wharton's longer range passing is better than Enzo Fernandez longer range passing. Might not be by much, but it's better. The one thing is Adam Wharton is not a box crusher. It takes a specific ability to crash the box. You see Gundogan, you see Tijani Reinders. I think Enzo Fernandez goes into that kind of a mold, who can quietly get into the box and finish. I think that is one skill that is so underrated because you just cannot pick those players. Just imagine Enzo there, and then the midfield has to, and then the opponent midfielders have to pick Cherki. They have to focus on all the other players, and then Enzo Fernandez quietly goes into the box and finishes. And that is absolutely devastating. So I think that is, I mean, what people are not getting is, I think what most City fans have seen in Reddit and all, where I'm very much active. What they're not getting is there is no other sort of a profile like Enzo in the Premier League. I'm sorry, there's none of that profile. Someone who has who has a very good range of passing and both long and short range and can ghost into the box. Tell me another midfielder who can ghost into the box as well in that way. You again have to go into names like Anton Stark and those kind of names from the lower teams. James Madison is also not that kind of a player. Gundogan was that. Reinders didn't fit in there. So then that is the profile we are looking at. And honestly, in world football, I'm just thinking who has that profile. Jude Bellingham goes into the box maybe, but that profile is just not there anywhere. That profile is just not there anywhere. So that's why I feel getting Enzo is so important to take that step further. Today you have looked, for example, Foden's there, and there's no one on the edge of the box. Elliot Anderson is a bit deep, obviously because he's the six today, and there's no one there to pass on the edge of the box. That is where Enzo will occupy, I think. Boyaji says yes, Enzo guarantees certain number of goals, but it also depends on which position he plays. Wharton more like a deep lying playmaker like Perlo. Exactly, and exactly. That's the thing, Boyaji. That's the thing. Enzo guarantees you that goals which Gundogan would give, and I think the importance of Gundogan's goals in all of the seasons when we won the more in the Premier League titles and the Champions League, more of, I mean, we look at Gundogan's goals and where they have come, clutch moments. I think if you remember a couple of seasons ago, we had to win Everton, he scores, and I think Aston Villa he scores. I mean, on the final day. So I think those kind of players, and again I say that I've looked back at at the numbers and all at what Enzo Fernandez, and I've spoken to a few people, and Enzo Fernandez, and everyone says Enzo Fernandez, and the numbers show that Enzo Fernandez work rate of the ball. Remove the Chelsea things, that was a Chelsea problem. But in general, Enzo Fernandez work rate of the ball is generally above average. In every match, it's above average. If you remove those Chelsea devastating days, above average generally. And he's played as a six and he's played as an eight as well, which tells you that he has that positional awareness as well. And Enzo Fernandez is good at crossing as well. And it seems Enzo Maresca wants to bring that habit of crossing as well. I want this Enzo deal to be done. I want this Enzo deal to be done. And what Sam Lee said is interestingly, a lot of people were asking him about his attitude. A lot of people were asking him about his attitude and Enzo's attitude. And Sam Lee said that yes, there are certain comments he makes outside, but people within the club and Enzo Maresca feel that he's 100%. They know that he's 100% a team player, and he does not do all that nonsense inside the team environment. When he goes to the Argentina team, he does whatever he does it. So I think it's the manager's call, and we'll have to back the manager's call. Otherwise, we'll go down the route of what happened to Arsenal after Arsene Wenger and what happened to you know United after Alex Ferguson. Let's not go down that route. Let's give the manager whatever he wants, a clean slate, and let the manager take the call. And Sam Lee says that Enzo Maresca has been given a certain authority this season on the type of players he wants, and the board are willing to go to all lengths to get them. So for me, the transition from Pep Guardiola to Enzo Maresca is this: the board is ready to back the manager, they believe in the manager, they trust the manager and his tactics. I mean, as a manager, what else you want? So let us believe in the manager. And looking at the first two games, not the first half of Bournemouth, the second half of Bournemouth showed me the players wanted to win for this manager. The players wanted to care for this manager. The players believe in the manager. The players trust this manager. Otherwise, you don't come back from 1-0 down to 2-1 in the last 5-6 minutes. They showed the fight. That showed me the players want love the manager and they want to play for it. And today showed the beautiful tactics. I mean, the ruthlessness of Enzo Maresca in attacking today. So I'm happy with what I've seen till now. Bayaji says Foden looked so comfortable as soon as he played 10. Wing is not for him anymore. But Bayaji, I think against in the Community Shield against Arsenal, he was not that good as well. Foden is not someone who can, with Foden, always I come down to that one thing: why Foden cannot play as a cam and why Pep Guardiola has never played Foden as a cam. That one thing is Pep Guardiola always used to say in his press conferences, Foden still has to learn the art of the pausa. The pausa, in the sense what Pep meant was the art of knowing when to retain possession, when to pass that ball quickly, when to dribble through, what to do. That is very important for a cam. I think Ryan Cherki has this. There was a moment in the Bournemouth game where Cherki gets the ball. There was a break on. He decides not to pass because there was a danger. We lose possession. Bournemouth could attack. We were not set. So today you see Ryan Cherki keep the ball, recycle it, and sometimes Cherki just goes with the ball. Those decisions, Foden does not have those decisions still in him. So I think playing him as a cam is still that sort of a risk. So playing him as a wing, wing does not bring you all those complications. You lose a ball on the wing, still fine. Your defenses still can do something. You lose the ball centrally, bang. It's on the opponent is on the counter attack. So still, I don't know. For me, still the best position for Foden is starting on the right and just somehow drifting in behind Haaland. But what Enzo Maresca wants is fullbacks making that runs inside and the wingers keeping the width. So let's see how it goes. By the way, what happens right now? Better sell him than benching him every game. That's what Sam Lee said by Ajay about Ryan right now. The club do not rate him like Nico Gonzalez and Omar Marmoush. So I don't know, but now we have plenty of left backs to be honest. Josko Guardiol, Nico O'Reilly. So let's see how it goes. By the way, very happy with the win. Second win. Come on, City. I mean, more than the win, it's the system, the passing, the tactics, the way players are playing for the manager. Everything's superb. Tough times will come. This is a rebuild, clean slate. We have to back the manager. Let's see what happens in the final hours of the transfer window. For me, honestly, hope we get Enzo Fernandez and Iliman and Die. That would be a fantastic bumper window. Elliot Anderson, the best six in the game. The best eight in the Premier League last season. He was better than Declan Rice. You have Ibuadi, who's been the best CDM in the World Cup after Rodri. And then you're getting Enzo Fernandez, who I think that profile of a player is one of the best in that position, crashing the box and in that position. So he is the one in Iliman and a very good player to have. Underrated player. I always thought if he was not in Everton, Liverpool would have considered him a replacement to Salah. So Iliman and will be a very very underrated player. The only thing with Iliman and is if he comes, will it block the game time of Ryan McKay? I don't know. That's the only thing. But anyway, guys, see you all, and thanks to thanks to Kaundinya, Sai, and Bayaji and JSK for joining the stream. Like always, it's been memorable and it's been wonderful watching the game with all you guys. And what a start to the weekend, right? Now just relax and watch United losing to Ipswich. But please let Matheus Cunha score 2 goals, please. Score a goal at least because I'm stuck with him in my fantasy draft. I didn't want to take him, but I got one of the last picks, and he was the only good remaining player there out of all the players. But yeah, United lose and Cunha scores a goal. That's what we'll hope tomorrow. See you all, guys, and take care.